My name is Courtney Sparks, and this is my second recording for the second presentation for my Psych 2301 class, General Psychology. The topic that I chose to go over for the second post is Harry Potter and how it can affect us and make for better people. So the main question I'm addressing is, can reading Harry Potter make readers better people? There is a study out there that suggests yes. It is called The Greatest Magic of Harry Potter Reducing Prejudice. And also, I would say from personal experience from reading all the Harry Potter books, starting from when they came out to when they came out with the last book, I would say yes, definitely. They have made a personal impact on my life, which is one of the reasons that I chose to do this presentation on this topic. They have impacted my life in many, many ways, and they're a great way for you to learn and for you to escape to a magical world, and in turn making our world a more magical place to live in by teaching people how to be better people. And in a way that I don't think people are really seeing and realizing that they have those effects until they sit down and actually analyze, oh wow, like I handled this situation this way because of Harry Potter. One of the things that we need to understand is the definition of learning. Learning is the process of acquiring information through the experience that is relative, enduring information or behaviors. I really do think that we can observe behaviors even through just reading a book and observing how that character handled that situation and how they chose to be in that situation. But one of the other reasons that this theory works is because of some of the real life implications that the book has in place that people don't realize might be in place, which I will get more to in a bit. The study, once again, is called The Greatest Magic of Harry Potter Reducing Prejudice. And it is a study that has found that young people who read the Harry Potter books and identify with Harry, who is the main protagonist and main character of the book, are less likely to be biased and have prejudice among minority groups. Some of the groups that they have said that this has changed prejudice against is immigrants, refugees, and members of the LGBT community. And also in the study, they did like school-age children, so like elementary, junior high age children, and then also the second half of the study was done on college children to see if that affected them, and it did. College children said that they viewed refugees in a different light because of the way that they learned how to treat people from Harry Potter. Also, it has been noted that Harry Potter has affected the political world. I found an article that said that this one person who is a writer for The Conservative, he has a really difficult last name, so I'm sorry, I'm not going to say his last name, but he said that Harry Potter and the people who have read Harry Potter led to Obama winning the 2008 election because they were more likely to relate to and vote for someone who is not a color of themselves because they are not likely to have prejudice. But what I see is the most important and most interesting thing is the way that she wrote the books so that you can relate to different parts of society, like the Muggles, which are the non-magic forming people, the Mudbloods, who are of a Muggle family but have the magical gene, purebloods, who are pure Both their parents are of a magical family. And also, squibs, who are people who are born of a magical family but who have no magical powers. I think that's really cool that there is those different subclasses, because even in American society, we do have different subclasses. Like, we have, middle income families. We have first class, second class, third class. And if you look at even at the Titanic, there was different classes on how you bought your tickets. And that was not only just to come over to America, but there were people coming from Ireland and Britain who were buying those tickets and were based on class. And also, we have labels in America to label certain people like blue collar and white collar people. And that is based on your work and how much money you make. But also, even in India, they have a caste system that labels people based on their worth of how much money they make and what their family belongs to and things like that. So even if I'm reading it in America, I can relate to that. But also a person in India can sit there and be like, oh, this is like a caste system. But also the fact that the main villain in the book, he mirrors a real life villain. And Lord Voldemort, he mirrors Hitler. Like, even as a child when I was reading the book, I was like, this Voldemort guy is Hitler in all sense of the term. Voldemort, he hates mudbloods when he is a mudblood himself. His mom was magic. His dad, Tom Riddle, was not. That's why he hates the name Tom Riddle and calls himself Lord Voldemort. He wants to completely wipe out mudbloods and squibs and even muggles because he hates them. And God, I'm sorry, I'm blanking on his name, but Adolf Hitler, he was wanting to cast out all Jewish people. And he himself was born of a Jewish woman, which makes you a Jew. And he wanted to create an ideal race of people who were tall, like the Aryan race, who were tall, blonde hair, blue eyes, German descent. He had some German descent. He wasn't completely German. And his mom was a Jew, making him a Jew. And he was short. He had brown hair and brown eyes. So even by his standards, he was an inferior specimen. So even for Voldemort, he's an inferior specimen. So I think it's really interesting, to wrap this up, that she has wrote these books, and I don't even know if she wrote them with this intention of making the world a magical place, because in the term of magical, of making it a better place for everybody to live, making people more accepting to different ideas, to different ways of life, to different cultures, and it's just really amazing. And I think it really does have a positive effect on people, and it's noticeable.